All right, so let's quickly take a look at Nasdaq and some stocks for today. Uh, as you've seen last week, where I came with this retracement value, where it's going to hit off, it bounced off there exactly. Well, we want to say exactly. Let's go for the 1 hour time frame and see what happened. All right, so it did just pass the 618 right here. Great opportunity for an entry once I saw this candle right there. And I took an entry just underneath that wick and held it for several days. And here we go, had a 500 and move it over there, 554-point win, right? So that was very good. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks. So Apple, still chilling out around its previous resistance zone right here. It filled a gap and then it's just kind of hanging out. Resistance was at the black line here, right? You could see this area. It's where it bounced off several times and then it started going a little bit down. So I'm going to be looking around here to see if it drops below this mark, right? And once it does, this is a good sign that it's going to go a little bit lower. I do not believe Apple is going to retrace all the way down to its lows in January. It could possibly be around the 130 mark, but I mean, if it moves along the lines of every other stock, I do foresee it quite possibly getting to the 120 range, which would be a great buy. Adobe, I'm starting to like Adobe actually. It's very strong earnings quarter over quarter, year over year, and it's one of the premier systems for a lot of people to use for editing, right? So I have a feeling that once it hits that 270, between 250 and 270 mark, that's going to be an opportune time to buy this up. As you noticed before, I've been saying stay liquid, besides oil, and I'll get into oil shortly. Amazon's another one. It's $90 right now. So its previous low was 81. Now it's at 90. So anywhere within the $10 range is a good opportunity to buy up. However, I do believe it will be going slightly lower. COP, it's at 104. It's still hanging out around this bar, right? It filled this gap, but it just does not want to drop below it or really get out of that zone itself, right? So you could see the support zone has been here prior and it's hit off there many times. So 103.32, I would say, would be kind of bottom-ish for COP. I can't see this going any lower. Reason being is oil's about to start skyrocketing. Uh, yeah, so I believe oil stocks are going to be kind of following in that suit. DocuSign. So earnings, even though earnings were positive, it really dropped hard. It's still an partially overvalued company. I mean, to say that it's half a dollar there, 57 cents, 65 cents, 44 cents, 38 cents. I mean, we're looking at $2 earnings per year, right? Per share. So, I mean, it's not huge, right? So it is very overvalued still, but I like DocuSign. I'm going to be jumping in them once they get back down to that 39, 35 range around here, possibly a little bit lower. Uh, 22% drop is a little exaggerated. So we'll see where it ends up happening after a while, right? DocuSign Sync today, CFO change, billing outlook spooks investors. Google, same idea, waiting for it to hit that $80 mark. Home Depot. Home Depot looks pretty decent right now, actually. Between now and 280 is looking like a pretty decent buy. But again, guys, be careful in the next few weeks because I believe in 2 weeks or so, the interest rates are going to be going up 0.5%. I mean, it was originally planned to be 1/4%, but things have happened and the economy is still hot, and Powell really wants to cool it down. So that's the reason why I am very bearish still up until we get that point on the Nasdaq where I marked. Meta, again, Meta. I mean, I'm at this point I'm shorting everything. There's really no sense of getting long in any tech position. Um, and I mean, if you think that it's gonna go up, great, jump in wherever you like. This is just my educated guess. Let's see, Netflix. Netflix is heading back down again. I believe that 238 right here, where this gap was left, this will be a pretty decent opportunity for buys. I just don't think it's going to hit the 160 lows again, because again, in May of 2022, like we can see right here, that was way over here. That's where it hit its lows. And then the final low was October 13th that we've seen. And October 13th was right here on Netflix. So it's definitely divergent from the Nasdaq as a whole. So I'm looking pretty optimistic. I don't believe that it'll drop below around this mark, 240. Nvidia, extremely overvalued right now. Like, I thought that it was going to be dropping here. It looks like it had still a little bit of a rally to go there. But either way, I mean, the difference is $10 worth from the peak right there to there. And I believe that this is going to be dropping pretty significantly. Oxy, good opportunity to buy up. As you know, Warren Buffett just bought up another few million shares. Right now, he owns, I believe, 21% of the company. So he's been on a shopping spree. Roku. So I have a feeling, right? We look at this one, potential losses from SVB failure, because SVB was Roku's bank. So this could be bad for Roku. However, whether or not they lose the money that they had in that bank, I'm not exactly sure what's going to be happening with all this. Like, as this is happening, I predict that it's going to drop pretty significantly on Monday open. So just be careful of that. And then Tesla, another big guy, just dropping. Yeah, so Tesla, I predict that it's going to keep going lower until it hits this between 110 and 82. So once it gets in that area, good opportunity to buy. All right, and let's just dive into oil quickly. Where's oil going? Oil seems to be kind of chilling out right here in this giant box, right? So sitting there anyway from the high to 83 all the way to the low of 70. All right, and it's just been fluctuating since December. So I mean, for the last 3 months, it's just going sideways. Um, I have a feeling it's going to do another one of these, and then up it goes. The prediction for the summertime is that it's going to go up to 110 to 100, between 110 to 120. So, main reason is because Russia has lowered its production. Uh, what's the big oil and gas company out of Saudi Arabia? I forget the name, but they're raising prices, and as you know, in North America, oil production isn't exactly peaked right now. They're still reducing the amount that is produced based on policies. So I believe that demand is going to start to skyrocket soon compared to the supply that is available. And don't forget, China is quite a big player in oil as well. They buy up quite a lot. So that is where we are looking for stock. All right, if you guys like the video, like and subscribe, follow for more, yada yada. See you next time. Thanks a lot.